Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Soulstorm cast this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 vs 1 on Fatamorga. But on the other side, as the Orks, we've got Pain. Opposed to the other side, as the Sisters of Battle, we've got Heather. Heather will be opening up a couple of missionaries, a plasma generator and a Depth of Sororita's Convent. Whereas Pain is going to go for double Slugger Boys, a Grot Squad, a Boys Hut, and a Generator. So now, I'm saying Pain, it does say Partner, but there is an I in the middle here. It was sent over in the Discord as describing this person as Pain, and so that's what the name is. And I don't care what the naming conventions say on the panel here, because that's just how the cookie crumbles. So yeah, so we've got an interesting opening for Heather here. She's opening up with a Depth of Sororita's Convent and none of the Pristine Sanctuary nonsense, so we won't be seeing anything in the way of the Flying Ladies for an opening here, which is unusual. You would normally see those ladies going up against the Orks. They are fast and nimble, able to stay away from the Orks and be a bit of a nuisance capturing these strategic points. There are plenty on Fatamorga to harass, also able to deny the relic here, but now going to go for something a bit more standard. Big Mech is going to come out as is always standard for the Orks. Can't really imagine many other ways of opening with the big lads in green. And nothing coming from you. You are... Oh, right, yep. Never mind stun opening. The stun opening is out the window. They're going to go straight for Tier 2. On this Tier 1 nonsense. Celestians then. Angry women who are very good in close combat and in ranged, so it doesn't matter what the Orks open up with, they will be able to sort them out, but very expensive. So if the Orks are able just to basically jump on top of the Sisters and collapse all their economy and stuff, that should be doing well for them, but I can't imagine that the Orks will be able to spot this until it is too late. That being said though, once they see the first squad of Celestians, they should be able to understand what's going on, and then basically go into overdrive and bring the Green Menace down to the southern side. Got the missionary who's about to finish capturing this point. Slugger Boys will decide that, nope, you're not allowed to have that. That is under our control for the moment. So, in the Sister Battle, there's only men at the moment. Just innocent men. Doing what they can. And 3 strategic points should, in theory, be enough. How much money do you have from the get-go? Saved up a lot. That's probably 1 squad. I don't know. Question marks are on my lips at the moment. This current scenario. Got one absolute champion there, bonking these lads with his lollipop stick. Quite a powerful AoE attack, knocking these guys back, and they're not going to commit to capturing the whole thing. Oh, no, there's a bit of flag wars going on at the moment. Here comes the big mech, squad of shooters as well, and one will combo these guys together. One single squad of Celestians won't do much. Reinforcing at 45 blue and 10 green. Blue money, not the most expensive, but that 10 green requirement is quite substantial, with only 10 incoming at the moment. Any Celestian models lost will be a massive pain to replace. Missionary is in there. Oh no, they're going to try and decap it. Very dangerous. Also got the Grots in there as well. Second squad of Celestians out as well. These girls can just engage in close combat with a big mech in the squad of the Shooter Boys. Don't know how they'll fare. Probably not all that well, in all fairness. One lonely missionary over here has been focused down. Laying of hands upon these ladies as well. Very nice to keep them alive in the long term. Orks, no point in fighting them until that sparkle goes away. Instead, going to jump over and see if they can protect these Slugger Boys. Slugger Boys stand up in close combat, but then time to fall back. We'll need both of these Celestian squads. Oh, you've got 3. You've got 4. Where is all this money coming from? Realistically, you should not be able to get this many Celestians out this early in the game, especially with only 3 listing posts up and at them at the moment. But, being payrolled by the Emperor himself, they've now got 3 hefty squads. As you can see, just sizable amount of damage in both melee and ranged at the moment. Also, they've still got some tricks up their sleeve. They're going to get a pile of guns. And if they're able to get a good sizable amount of Shooter Boys with big shooters online. Granted, yeah, okay, they'll lose some models in a firefight, but they are much cheaper to replace. I mean, you're still in Tier 1, man. It's going to be a bit of a situation for you. Although, mind you, a lot of your listing posts have been upgraded into Tier 2. Yeah, 3 Tier 2 listing posts. So if they can survive this quasi-early game aggression, taking up should be quite easy for them. So that's just charging on in. Second squad of Shooter Boys are on the way down. Grot squad coming in to repair the listing post, although they will be focus fired by the Celestians. This does give Slugger Boys ample opportunity to move in. Big shooters are now coming online for the Shooter Boys. Big mech teleports in. Very risky. Models been brought down. In fact, one squad wipe on the Celestians there. So maybe the high tier ladies have bitten off a little bit more than they can chew. Also got one squad over here decapping a critical location. If you've spent so much money and so much time in getting a small amount of elite troops out, you really kind of want all of them to be working on the same target rather than separating them in many different ways, especially since this squad is the one with the missionary on top of them. And now we're going to go for question marks, boys and girls. Multi-melter. I mean, sure, fair enough, you want to bash the buildings, but the main problem is the sizable amount of orcs that are coming on the battlefield at the moment. Another war banner on the way, which will make you into just under tier 2. So here come the green tide. And the Celestians can only get 5 models per squad, as opposed to the Shooter Boys who can get 8. Laying of hands on these ladies will be tied up by the Slugger Boys. Would love to see the big mech actually separating from a squad just to keep one squad at bay. We've got another Celestian unit moving forward. The Shooter Boys definitely don't want to be tied up in close combat at all. They're the mainstay of DPS from the Orc perspective. Big mech teleports around the flanking side. See if we can get a couple of extra models down. Multi-melter last goes down. One Slugger Boy squad over here keeping these girls all sweet. Yeah, would absolutely love to see this big mech going off on his own little journey. Shooter's losing the morale. It isn't the worst thing in this scenario because it will help them retreat a lot more efficiently. But Celestians do seem to be still in good number. Good economy is 98 and 20 compared to 74 and 20. But to be fair though, if they're not losing that many models, they don't need a huge economy to keep everything online. And that laying of hands certainly saved them couple of pennies in the reinforcing department. Got that Inferno pistol on the Veteran Superior as well. Remarkable accuracy. Brings down infantry and heavy infantry. With remarkable efficiency. Here comes a third squad of Shooter Boys. Again going for those big shooters. The Orks, you've not got quite the economy to keep all 3 squads of Shooter Boys reinforced in a maximal fashion. I mean, realistically, the Orks can just chill out. You do have a good capacity for defence, considering that you do have all your listing posts upgraded. Fighting the sisters out in the open is probably not realistically what you want. Now we're going to fall back into range of the listing post and focusing down one squad at a time, which is what he's doing. This middle squad here, losing a couple of models from the get-go, repositioning a little bit further backwards. I suppose they're going to be shot down pretty quickly, but this does give the Orks time to get another squad down. One squad almost been wiped out actually. If they're able just to keep them down, there we go. It's a game where micro is going to be incredibly important for both factions. Grot's just standing there, minding their own business. Go on, charging, there we go, that's a beautiful thing. Little hands doing what they can. I mean, they're all dead now, but they all died with a friend. You're never alone if you're a Grot. Always got someone on your stead. Orks now just into tier 2. And a replacement Grot squad. Celestian's not going to stick around as they don't have the numbers. The Orks have now regained their masses. And what would you go in for tier 2 for this? You can get vehicles, but Celestians have already got their multi-melter guns out. Do quite like how some of the squads with the extra weapons haven't gone for the melter guns as well. Just a multi-melter, sir. A little bit more general purpose. Still probably would like to just not see any anti-vehicle stuff at the moment, just because you don't really need it. Seeing more DACA research, so increased ranged damage from the Orks. They do not have the money to really do anything else. They go for custom gadgets, which, again, question mark. There's no vehicles for you to zap. Holy Reliquary and a pristine sanctuary. Got the Confessor coming out. His smite is able to do a remarkable amount of damage in a small area with his smite and stuff, but the Orks separating themselves. This is not an action that is supported by the Codex Astartes or whatever Orc equivalent there is of it. One squad going up against all these ladies, and this Confessor increases the overall DPS of everyone nearby by about 25%, 45%. It's a percentage that is nothing to be sniffed at. The teleport away, bring the shoot boys back over. I mean, war truck with a bomb chucker. Artillery, something to stay away from these ladies while doing AoE damage. That would be my thinking. Fighter bomber, is fighter bomber tier 2? Question mark, are you going to go for Storm Boys? I mean, not the worst idea. But, I mean, look at all this spare green money that you've got knocking around. Smite goes right down here and manages to get a couple of lads, but not the most substantial. With a Smite, you kind of want to wait for the fight to be a bit more stagnant, so you're able to be a bit more accurate with it. But Storm Boys jumping on into the centre. There's not many of them there. Don't think they'll survive for very long. Reinforced at 40 blue, so a little bit more expensive than the Shoot Boys. But keeping these guys tied up. If I'm going to type the Confessor's unit, just because he does a little bit more damage with his Inferno pistol. He has separated himself, so this is exactly what I want to see. The big mech earlier on. The Shoot Boys are doing a really good job at repositioning themselves, keeping away from these Confessors and these Celestians. Dragging away one squad. Making sure that their numbers count wherever they can. Storm Boys amassing in quite a sizable amount. Shooter Boys have been stunned by some Confessor madness and nonsense. Big Mech has gone down at some point in some sort of engagement. And while there's a lot of dead green bodies across the battlefield, there's not many standing Celestians left over. There's about 12 of them, maybe. Confessor just bolstering the ranks, but he needs to be standing near the ladies to be able to increase their overall DPS, and the ladies over here seem to have either fallen back or have died. There are only 2 squads of Celestians left over. Really penny pinching with the models here, but they're being bold, brave and brash, charging on in. The amount of Storm Boys just amassing. Ladies don't have the DPS required to keep their numbers short. With double Shooter Boys providing firing support, this is going to be potentially a whole army wipe if they're not careful. Storm Boys going to keep on top of these Celestials that have ran away, and the Confessor goes down. For everyone else, the Orcs now in a really powerful position if they just decide to move on down. What have these sisters have got for them? Oh, you've just replaced your Celestians. Okay. Economy's 105 and 20. But at 80 and 20. They've got sizable amounts of their squad cap fully equipped. Another squad of Celestians as well.
I serve the Emperor.
They do come out with the maximum amount of ladies, so that's one benefit to them. They're already combat efficient, straight out of the oven. Here comes the Storm Boys jumping over the mountain as they come. Right, Canoness brings out a big old blast of sparkles, throwing glitter over the lads. They can't see when they've got such shinies in their peepers. We're going to fall back. That ability does wear off relatively quickly, although don't stick around, man. Fall back. Wait for the glitter to dissipate. I know glitter lasts forever. There we go, it's gone now. That's given the Celestians ample opportunity to come on in. Close combating quite a lot of the Shooter Boys. One squad managing to reposition. Really feeling the lack of that big mech now. Unable to teleport one squad away at a moment's notice. Storm Boys are now crumbling a little bit with their numbers as there's 2 Inferno pistols firing away at them. That Canoness pistol as well, really dangerous. So it looked like as if the Orcs were going to come in and ruffle the lady's feathers. However, she's got just unlimited Celestians apparently. Don't need a large economy for these girls to keep them up if you're able to keep the models alive. Yeah, could really do with a war truck and some knockback just to further reduce the combat efficiency of the women here. Big Mech is back online. Storm Boy has been reduced to just 2 models. I wonder if they've also gone for their upgrades in the form of their power armor as well. That's keeping them alive a little bit longer. Ironbound listening post, always a good idea. As mentioned before, Grots are still here, but they're tying up the ladies that don't need to be tied up. Should really send these guys over just to briefly stop these mad lasses from firing away. One squad wipe over here, another squad wipe going to happen on this side as well. And the Orks, once again, pushing the Sisters of Battle back. It's not gone for anything else. They're basically spending all their money on keeping these guys up and at them. Do you have spare money? You do have some spare money, but I assume... Oh, big teleport. That's risky. Celestians continuing to fall back. There's one squad feeling a little bit bolder. And those infernal pistols again, like I say, cannot underestimate the accuracy on the move and the damage that they do. Orks having to take a long way home. Losing plenty of models as they go. To use all their saved up money to reinforce things. Building a mech shop on the front lines. Oh, that's so risky. They're going to be able to bring people on the front lines very quickly, but... I mean, they've just got the weapons to be able to bring that building down. Remarkable swiftness. Third squad of shooter boys. We've got plenty of green saved up, so, I mean, what is it? A wall truck costs about 150. 100 blue. So not too much of a economic sink. Celestian's now going to decide, right, okay, we've fought a load over here. It's not working in our favour, let's come down this way. And the Orks separating themselves once again, that's not what you want. You want to use your numbers to your advantage. Spotted the mech shop, gone for that war track. Might find choice, but will it be able to physically come out? By the time the mech shop's taken down. Shoot boys opening fire. Yeah, ideally you want to pop it here so it's protected by both listening posts. Big mech comes in. Also avoiding that glitter from the Canoness. War truck barrels on over. Bomb chucker is being researched, but they don't quite have the money yet for it. We go for another war track as well. The whole squad of shooter boys brought down low here. Yeah, wonderful use of that glitter bomb. Reduced the shooter boys quite substantially. There's now second war truck. Pull him back, man. Pull him away. This is a losing engagement. Go home. Be a family man, or family orc even. The amount of Celestians now out on the field. The Orks are outnumbered, which is not the situation that they want to be in. Bomb truck are about to be finished, but this one's about to go down and die. There we go. That's the first bomb chucker. And look at the difference. Just knocks these girls over. But there will be taking a load of multi-melters to the face. And very low on health. Even at the best of times. Do not want those guys to be on the front lines at all. Your boys been burnt to a crisp. More war tracks on the way, but the Orks just... They've got no money left over. What they've got on the field is what they've got to play with, more or less. Well, if they're separated forces, Celestian's just been able to keep them down and out. The Orks destroying their own base and giving up there. So what an absolutely intense game all the way through. I don't often get to see these sisters just basically skip through Tier 1 into Tier 2 and go for mass of Celestians. If the Orks were a little bit more keen and aggressive... I mean, you normally see the Orks playing a lot more aggressive, to be fair, but that was not the case. Allowing the Celestians to amass in number. There was a couple of occasions when the Orks did manage to push the sister battle all the way back to the base. Those Storm Boys were a really nice idea. I would have loved to have seen those war tracks online much more earlier to be able to use those bomb chuckers to knock these girls around, but not quite indeed. And Heather using her wonderful micro and those wonderful laying of hands, the Confessor with his smite, the Canoness with her glitter bombs and all that jazz, being able to keep the girls on the go there. So cheers, Heather, for sending that game into the Discord, and if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you one game a week, and there's also Discord where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. As for Mr. Landshark, pleasure's always never short, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace.